living the dream. Uh, how do you feel about living the dream, pal?
Uh, it okay.
You don't really want to live the dream,
Not really.
the Wrestle Dream.
Not
So,
really.
so we're gonna work backwards. We're gonna work backwards.
All right.
So we're gonna talk right about Wrestle Dream. How do you feel about this? Like, how do you feel about it?
Like, I don't know, the way it was hyped up, like it felt like it should have been better. Like, I don't know. I really didn't feel it, to be honest with you.
This was this was such a I don't even like to be honest, I don't know how I feel about this. Like, especially the ending. The ending had me in one of those I feel nothing, and it's not even because I knew it was gonna happen mostly. It just felt flat. It felt flat. It just I don't know what it was. It just was something about this. It was just something about this show that it just like it. I don't know. I don't know. There's something about this show that it wasn't right. I don't know. I don't know.
And that was every match, in my opinion. Like, eh,
I like I said, I don't know. So
yeah.
like I said, we're going to work backwards, and I mean immediately backwards because we're going to start with the main event for the World Championship. Mon Joxley versus Bryan Danielson. So yeah.
How did you feel about it? Because I always go first.
No, no, no. You feel about it because I have a lot of things to say. So you go first.
I I don't know. Like, just something felt off. That I can't put into words. Just something felt off. It didn't feel as good as it should have been.
Yeah, this completely fell flat to me. Like the match was okay. I'm not gonna be like, oh, the match was like so great. The match was okay.
Mhm.
And then the ending was he had Bryan Danielson in a choke. He had him in a choke. There was no raising of the arm. There was no tap out. It just was ring the bell. And I lied to you not. This was one of the times where like, because this happened twice this show that I was like, what the fuck? This happened and the crowd just literally went, what? Like they just literally everybody just was like, what? They just like it just was like, what the fuck just happened? And
And
they're
you
giving
know,
hmm
the weird part about that choke too? That's
hmm
not his normal choke. Cause like, if I'm not mistaken, his regular choke is like a headlock type shit. They call it the bulldog headlock, the bulldog choke or something like that. He did
hmm
it many times to Kingston. This was like quote unquote a new move for him. So it came out of nowhere. Like, Danielson, being the wrestler that he is, could have got out of that.
it just felt flat. Like he was fighting and he just went down and it just was ring the bell. And it's like everybody's like, what? Like what?
Yeah.
Like it just was one of those moments where everyone's like, what? And it just was like this audible gasp from the crowd, like not even a gasp, and like, oh my god, it was a gasp and like, what? And it just
Yeah.
like it literally even the fucking commentators was like, um, he's out. I I guess. And Tony Schiavone said he's out. I guess. I mean, well, you know what that means. I mean, Moxley's a champion, right? That's exactly what he said, and I'm like, dude, like this just felt like so weird. And then the BBPAC came and just attacked Danielson. So we're like, okay. Then Darby comes out, and Darby comes out with Yuta. And as soon as he comes out with Yuta in a chair, I'm like, I know exactly what's about to happen. Yuta's gonna turn, and Yuta turned. And he sat there for a minute trying to get his composure. And they came over and was like, "Yeah, good." And you was just like, I don't know. Then they just kept beating down Bryan Danielson. They taped fucking Darby Allin to the ropes and made him watch. And they gave Yuta the bag. And Yuta's like, I don't want to do it. And they're like, no, just put the bag over Bryan. But they put the AEW title in a duffel bag. They put it in a duffel bag and kept it in a duffel bag after they won it.
What do you
And
think the
they,
significance of that?
I'm gonna get to that.
Oh, okay.
So they choked out Bryan Danielson with the fucking bag. Then Private Party comes out, and they come out and they get their ass beat. Then Jeff Jarrett comes out and gets his ass beat. They're beating the shit out of Bryan. They're beating the shit out of him. Then they put the fucking chair over his neck and they Pillmanize his neck. And then the rest of the locker room comes out and Tony Schiavone goes, "Oh, where were you guys? Like, about time somebody came out." They came out, they ran up the BBPAC, and Bryan Danielson looks like he's dead. He looks like he's just dead. And they're putting him on a stretcher, wheeling him out, and it's just like silence. And it's like this is supposed to be his ending, like his ending, his end game, and this was it. Like this was it. Like this was the end of Bryan Danielson's full time in ring career. This was it.
Yeah, that's what they always say, full time. So he'll be back eventually for like a one or two off.
Hmm. This just felt like so deflating. And I know some people like the funny part is like some people was like, yeah, no, this was good, and everybody else is like, this this is a bad ending. Like this was a really bad ending. This was in Washington. It was a bad ending. Like you could have had him lose. They took the belt and ran off and just left it, and Bryan gets cheers from the crowd or whatever. This is like everything about this, the fucking finish and this beatdown, it just felt flat. It just was like, ugh. It was just one of those ugh moments, and it was like, ugh. It just it didn't even make any sense. That's what I'm saying. It just was fucking dumb.
Yeah,
Now, as far as the duffel bag stuffing title situation, they're going to give it to the person that they're supposed to give it to, who is the person over them, who I still think is just Shane McMahon, which honestly should have been the ending. Like Shane should have came out, they should have gave him the title, he would have walked off. That would have been a more entertaining ending. It wouldn't have been like, oh my god, this is taking it over the top. It would have been more entertaining than what the fuck happened.
yeah, 100%.
It just kind of, it just, it's like I said, it just felt flat.
I was
It just
kind of
felt,
expecting him when he didn't show up. It was like, okay, they're gonna stretch this out. Like, ill.
yeah, it just, like everything about this, like it just felt flat. Like it just, like I don't know why. Like they could have done so much better, and this was just like meh. And they're like, that's not how you do this. It's like, and that's like not a usual AEW thing. And it's like, why did it just go meh? Like it literally ended with meh. It was like, oh, okay, I guess.
And once again, this was supposed to be such a big deal, and it didn't feel like it.
It like I said, it just felt flat.
Yeah,
So we had before that Chris Jericho versus Mark Briscoe. This was I just didn't want Jericho to win. He didn't win, thank God. And
right.
Mark hit the J driller to get the win. So like that made me happy.
I was about to ask you, how happy were you when he won? Because
I,
I was ecstatic.
I was real happy. Then the match before that, like everything about this match was like I felt like this was like such a disrespectful thing. Like this felt like disrespectful because the Bucks come out. Hey, the Bucks are out. Then they do this video package with Amazing Red and Private Party. And for those of you who don't know, Amazing Red trained Private Party. So it's like he's hyping them up and telling them, yo, it's been 5 years. You guys lost yourself. Now you finally find yourself. Now get back to what you're supposed to do. He's like, all that partying and drinking stuff, it's over. Now get back to who you really are. And it's like, it was really hyped up. Like, oh, yeah, yeah. Like, they're going to do this. And something that, like, immediately, like, soon as I seen this, I was like, oh, okay, well, this isn't a thing. I saw Stokely Hathaway sitting there with a hat on, but then you see Top Flight Security also there, and it's like, yeah, there's no way Private Party's winning this. And it just like it felt like they hyped up Private Party, and then it was like two or three times where it's like, yeah, they're gonna win, yeah, they're gonna win, and the Bucks just beat them, and the crowd just was like, no, like they literally rejected it. It was like, no, like this was like an audible no. Like I just, it was like I said, this is like the second time that people was just like, no, they just literally just shit. This is no. I'm like, yeah, it was a bad decision. Like I said on the podcast when we did the review that Stokely's probably going to go with Top Flight Security, and that's what it kind
Yeah,
of looked like. They was visually setting that up, but also like you made this big deal about Private Party like the 5 years, and then you showed this amazing red footage. I'm like, part of me is like, oh, they should win the titles, and it's like, nope, just a loss.
because to me, what they could have done, Pirate Party
Mm-hmm.
could have won, right? And
Mm-hmm.
then Stokely would have gone in there and like celebrate with them, and they'd be like, "No, we told you no, like get the fuck out of here." And top flight, like jump them and kick their ass in behalf of him, and they're the new number one contenders.
Yeah, that would have been like anything would have been better than fucking Young Bucks keeping their titles, and this is like, meh, it's meh.
Like even if you're a Bucks fan, you have to admit this was the wrong call.
Yeah, like their title run is just like it's just the worst thing for the company right now, and it just was not the right move.
Exactly.
So then we had Swerve returning. He returned finally. Yay, Swerve returned. Him and Nana are out there, and then MVP and Shelton come out, and they go back and forth, and Swerve like keeps talking to Nana like he's gonna get rid of him. Then he says, "We're family," and I never turn my back on family. So him and Shelton get into a little scuffle. So I was expecting Lashley. There was no Lashley. It just was Swerve and Nana. That's it. But I was expecting Lashley, but he'll be there eventually.
Actually, I didn't because, as I said on the podcast before, right? I
Hmm.
think it's going to be an actual match between MVP and Shelton versus Swerve and Nana. Because as Nana pointed out, not too many people know this. I found this out because of you. Nana used to wrestle. So it's going to be a tag team match, and that's when we get Lashley.
I'm all right, but like to me, this feels like I don't know. It just feels it doesn't like there's a lot of stuff that just doesn't feel like I'm excited for AEW. And yeah, I don't feel excited for this. Like I don't feel excited for this angle. I don't feel excited for this because not only do like it just doesn't feel right, it's a lot of fucking tribalists online using my race as a fucking tribalist tool as oh look like AEW sees race and it's like dude you're only saying that because you want to bring this up and shit on WWE, but you're using my race as that, and it pisses me the fuck off. And that's another reason I fucking hate everything about this. Like I hate everything about this because, like, if they were doing other shit, I'd be perfectly fine. But this is one thing where it's like you have Swerve who brought it up. and then now it's a big issue all across the wrestling world in air quotes because people want to use this as a fucking tribalist slant, and like this fucking pisses me off. It pisses me the fuck off, and I'm just not gonna say what I really want to say. I'm going to keep that to myself, and I'm gonna move the fuck on. But this is some bullshit, so I'm gonna move on. So we had Darby versus Brody King, and to be honest, as fucked up as this was fucking tame. Like this was tame. Like they did a lot of shit that I was like, oh, this is fucked up, but also this is tame because it
You
was
know
one
why, right?
part. Why?
This was a regular match. We're used to them having like fucking coffin matches, and I forget what the other match was where like Darby literally like choked him and whatever. But yeah, like that's why.
But wait a minute. They used the steps. Like Brody set the steps on to Darby and stepped on the steps and stood on him. Darby threw fucking Brody onto the steps, like damn near killed him, and then jumped on it. And it's like, you're doing all of this shit, but to me, it could have been so much worse. And this was like, we're giving you a lightweight match. And Darby pinned Brody King. But this was like such a lightweight match where it's like, like we could do some crazy shit, but we're not gonna do it. He's just gonna get the lightweight match. Yay. Like,
It is
okay.
what it is.
Yeah. So then we had the three-way between Takeshita, Will Ospreay, and Ricochet. How do you feel about this match?
Actually, it was better than I thought it would be, but it should have been a lot better. Let's say like I
Yeah.
thought it was gonna be a 3 because like Ricochet been slow lately. He actually did way better in this match. I give it probably like a 5 out of 10. It probably should have been more so an 8 at their level.
Yeah, like it's something about this didn't connect. And Takeshita won. And then after the match, Takeshita is standing there because Kyle Fletcher comes out and attacks Will Ospreay. And the craziest part about Kyle Fletcher is he took off the hoodie and he's just there with no shirt on. And I'm just looking at this guy going, I don't recognize you anymore. And I know you're like, what the fuck you knew who that was, Kyle Fletcher. Yes. But I mean, I've been following Kyle Fletcher for so long. His transformation in like his physique, his tattoos, his skin color, his hair, everything about him is different. It is like you are not the Kyle Fletcher I know. Like you have evolved.
Um,
You-
Callous.
It's it's really fucking weird, but like he joined the Callis family and they got rid of Will Ospreay and Takeshita is the champion.
Only
So
part I'm happy about.
yeah. And then we had the 2 out of 3 falls, Hologram and Beast Muertos. This was funny because like the first fall Hologram won and people started cheering like that was the end of the match. And the match kept going and people was like, wait, there's more match? Like, yeah, 2 out of 3 falls.
I thought it was just me that noticed that.
No, it was like I noticed the Beast won the second fall and then Hologram won the third fall. So I mean it was a nice match.
Technically, doesn't
Hmm.
that mean Hologram's no longer undefeated because he did lose a fall?
I mean, if you want to be technical about it, yes. But as
Okay,
far as as far as matches go, no, because this is a match, so he didn't lose the match,
yeah.
so he's still undefeated. So then we had Jack Perry versus Shibata, and Jack Perry once again got his ass kicked, but won the match. So he wins the match, And after the match, he gets confronted by Daniel Garcia. You're like, yay, Daniel Garcia. And like even announcers pointed out, Daniel Garcia said he's back and he's down for like he wants a title. And like this is the perfect thing. And then like as he's doing this, Max shows up. So MJF shows up and beats the shit out of Daniel Garcia. And you're like, what the fuck? So he's beating the shit out of Daniel Garcia. And then all of a sudden, like we said on the podcast, it was all about the boom. And Adam Cole showed back up.
Adam Cole, baby.
Yeah, and like I like I said, I knew when we did the podcast, I was like, yeah, he's showing up. And like all of the journalists and news reporters today, earlier today, said, yeah, Adam Cole is going to show up on the show. And it's like, I knew, like, I want to be a dick and be like, yeah, no, we knew this since Thursday. Like we knew this because he said it out of his mouth, something that was like kind of suspicious. We knew, but everybody was like, wow, like we knew he was gonna be there today, and it's like, all right, cool guys. Like I knew first, but all right, cool.
Yeah.
But yeah, so then we had Mariah May versus Willow Nightingale, and this was a all right match. Mariah May kept the title.
I almost thought Willow was gonna win.
Yeah, I had no belief Willow was gonna win. Like this was one of those matches where it was like, yeah, this is like it doesn't seem like the right person is gonna win. So yeah. Then my match of the night was Jay White versus Hangman. This was so fucking good. And
That one spot was awesome.
dude, it was like 2 minutes in and it popped in my head. I was like, yo, if he does the Blade Runner out of the fucking the buckshot lariat, it's gonna be fucking awesome. And I tweeted it and I had to reply to myself because yeah, it was fucking awesome. Like that shit was so like I called it before it happened. I was like, yep, that's happening.
Like, did
So
you call it purposely, or like you just said it to say it, or did you really see it coming?
I saw it coming. Like I saw it coming. Like there was something that happened in the middle of the match where I was like, he's gonna do that, isn't he? And like it wasn't even Hangman setting up for the buckshot. It was just something that I seen, and it was like, he's gonna do that. He's going to hit the Blade Runner out of the buckshot, and he did. He did. So that was that because that was the start of the main show. But we had the pre-show, and on the pre-show, we had Jerry Lynn talking to Orange Cassidy and said, "Dude, I love you." He was like, "Well, not actually, I love you." He was like, "I love your work. Love stuff about you." He was like, "But you, if you ever got serious, you can be the guy around here. You can be the guy." And that was evident at the very end where it was him and Darby Allin after Bryan Danielson got his ass beat and they're just together like crying. And it's like that was shot purposely because it's like those are the people who are gonna hold AEW together, Orange Cassidy and Darby Allin. So
Yeah.
that happened. And we had this weird ass match. I don't know what the fuck was going on here. It was Orange Cassidy and Kyle O'Reilly, the Outrunners, versus the Dark Order and the Premier Athletes. Very weird. Don't know why.
And
Very weird and dumb.
they kept doing my thing and giving weird tag team names. Like one was the Orange Runners, the other one was like the Dark Athletes or something like that.
It was really dumb. It was really dumb. So Then we had a backstage with Okada and Kyle O'Reilly, and Kyle was like, "Yo, I want a shot at your title," and Okada was like, "No, you're not getting it, bitch." And then Kyle said, "Okay, well, I'm tired of asking nicely," and punched him. So they had a little fight. I mean, okay,
So that's probably on Dynamite.
probably. And we had Mercedes and Camille show up out of nowhere, and they just was walking, and Mercedes was trying to go to her dressing room, and she bumped into Queen Aminata, and Queen Aminata said, "You should have some respect." And Mercedes was like, "Ah, whatever, get out of here," and walked off. And they announced that on Wednesday it's gonna be Queen Aminata versus Mercedes, non-title, by the way, non-title.
I'm just about to ask you that.
And we had the acclaimed versus the Maximum Male Models with Rico.
I was a little shocked actually,
Why were you shocked?
because I couldn't think like who matches them. I don't know
Hmm.
why my mind went to Tyler Breeze.
Yeah, I don't know why, because Breeze is kind of wrapped up in the other place. So,
Yeah,
but like this was a perfect thing because like Rico is kind of a model and he has history with Billy Gunn. Because like part of me was like, it would have been so much better with Chuck, but then I was like, no, Rico's kind of the dress dude, so it makes sense with the maximum male models. Like, all right, I'll take it.
it would have been cool if Chuck showed up though somehow.
Yeah. So we had Anna Jay defeating Harley Cameron, which was it was just a nothing match. Wasn't really a big deal.
Yeah,
And we had Brian Cage win his, if I'm not mistaken, I think it is his first AEW World Champion, which is not. It was his Ring of Honor World Championship, Television Championship, if you will.
we really want to be technical second because FTW.
Yeah. So I mean, that was that.
Yeah,
So we had Rampage, and Kingdom was on Rampage. They fought Orange and Kyle O'Reilly. That was, you know, a thing. It wasn't a big deal. It was just a thing. I mean, also, after that match, like the Kingdom shook the conglomeration's hand, so apparently they're big guys.
I wonder how long that's gonna last.
It might last a while because Adam's back, so they probably will all be good guys.
Okay,
The Acclaim got jumped. Chris Statlander had a match, and Mercedes was talking shit about her and saying that she'll never get my title. Whatever. It was a thing. Beast Mortos beat Butcher, and Roderick Strong was on commentator, and Roderick Strong kept bigging him up, and he just kept asking, "I don't know why Beast left us. Like we were all a group. I don't know why he left us." And it's like I don't know either.
I didn't
So
understand him because he only speaks beast.
yes, Harley Cameron. She had a little promo about beating up Anna Jay. We had Archer beat the shit out of somebody, some random person. Anna Jay says she's going to beat up Harley Cameron. And Brian Keefe beat Rocky Romero. So yeah, that was the show, Rampage, and that was also Wrestle Dream.
Yeah,
So yeah, like that was that half of the show, which we still have more show to go, but that was the AEW side of the show. Once again, Meltzer is wrong. He's wrong. And this was so funny. This was so funny because this report came out in a Wrestling Observer newsletter. And that's where he usually like says all of the news and stuff, the reporting that he doesn't say on his podcast. He does a lengthy write up and stuff. So he puts out this thing and he goes, "Yeah, The Rock isn't wrestling at WrestleMania. Like he's not wrestling at WrestleMania, and that's off the table." And so he puts it out, and people start reporting it. Meltzer says, "Rock isn't wrestling at WrestleMania. Rock isn't wrestling at WrestleMania." And like some people was like, "Oh yeah, like that's fucked up. He's not wrestling at WrestleMania." Everybody else was like, "That doesn't make any fucking sense." We're like, "That doesn't make no sense, none at all." So he said that. Then he went on a podcast and he was like, "I'm surprised that a lot more people weren't talking about the news that I put in the newsletter." And his co-host was like, "What do you like? Which one? Like the AEW one?" He's like, "No, about The Rock." He's like, "About The Rock not wrestling at WrestleMania." He's like, "Yeah, I don't know why a lot of people wasn't talking about that." So The Rock posted on Instagram and he said, "Something, something, something, blah, blah, blah. Guys, I won't see you guys in 2025." And everybody on the internet was pissed. They was like, "So you showed up here to do this thing, but you're not doing anything else to next year." So then somebody was like, "Yo, I heard that you're not wrestling at WrestleMania." And The Rock was like, "What the fuck?" He's like, "Don't believe that bullshit." He's like, "It's all bullshit." And he just shut it down like that. And it's like, everybody knew this, like, knew he's wrestling at WrestleMania. That, like, WWE has him penciled in. Like, the only thing that can, like, change this, but probably still wouldn't change it, is if he had a movie to do. And that probably still won't change shit. Like, it was so dumb of Meltzer to even say that. Like, you know that this is happening. Like even if you heard like some rumblings of him not doing this, he's definitely doing it. He's 100% doing this.
Thank God for The Rock though. Like, hopefully this be the end of the whole people believing Meltzer thing. It's probably not, but come on now.
Yeah, it's like some of the like we've said before, like he knows his history shit, but when it comes to shit that's happening right now, he's never on point. And another thing that like I see him and certain other wrestling journalists, wrestling media, they'll say something that'll instoke some tribalist bullshit, and then they'll get mad when it starts to happen and be like, see, this is exactly what I'm talking about. And it's like, no, you stoked it by saying these little things. And the reason I pick up on this shit so easily is because it's the same shit that politicians do. It's literally politics. It's like politics, wrestling, fucking like even media. Like even when people are talking about music and shit, like you'll say something. TMZ does this a lot. You'll say something and you put this little spark and be like, "Oh, something, something, something," and like, yeah, like that wouldn't be right if it did this. And it's like, no, no, no. You're sparking the flames that's going to come back, and then you're going to be like, "Oh, look at this. I don't understand why people are reacting this way." It's like you just stoke the flames to make this bigger, and this shit is really fucking irritating. And I always think it's just me. It's like I'm watching this shit happen, and I'm like, I'm checking these people do this shit, and then go, "Oh, the internet fans are just dumb. Look at this. Like, why are they reacting this way?" It's like you made this happen, and you're just acting like it. I feel like I'm crazy, and I always wait for the day that it happens when people wake up and go, "Oh, these motherfuckers are lying and making up shit to get us mad, and then get mad when we get mad at the shit that they made up and they made us do this." I'm waiting for people to wake up. One day, a lot of people are going to wake up, especially these wrestling fans. Hopefully, they'll wake up and start looking at these journalists kind of side eyed and be like, "You guys are a little fucking biased. Not even a little, a lot fucking biased, and
I
you
was just about to
stoke
correct you.
flames. Like, like you stoke the flames, and you make people say shit, and then you feel attacked when people call you out for it and say, "No, it's you." And it's like, "No, you did it, you asshole." Like, I can't wait for the day when people really wake up and go, "Oh no, this whole tribalist shit started from the media, and they keep stoking the flames because to them it's fun." But I'm gonna get off of that. I'm off of that.
Huh?
SmackDown was entertaining. It was
I agree.
very entertaining because Jimmy Uso came out. Everybody was cheering for him. I actually like because of Jimmy's history and like the shit that's happened to him and like all of the stuff, like the way people treated him. The fact that he's getting these cheers and people actually fuck with him, it made me happy. Even he
Same.
was happy. Like I was like, yeah, I like this. I kind of like this.
Because when the Usos were together originally, like
Hmm.
at the point when they used to paint their face and all that, those Usos, I always
Hmm.
liked the Jimmy more.
Hmm. I just couldn't tell them apart to say who I liked. I was like, okay,
The funny part, I could, and to the
yeah.
point Jimmy got injured, and I could have sworn it was Jay that got injured.
Oh shit.
Yeah, because it
So
was if you remember, it was months later. Jay and what's her name? Naomi had a segment together. I'm like, yeah,
hmm
yeah, that's her man. That's her man. My brother-in-law. What the fuck?
see, you can't tell them apart.
No, I could when they're together. They were like apart for so long. That's what fucked me up.
So Jimmy was telling us why he came back to help Roman, and he said all of this stuff that they need to go down, and he's gonna kick his little brother's ass. And then Roman came out. So Roman had tweeted this out, and we were kind of confused. He said, "Tonight we acknowledge him." So Roman grabs the mic, he hypes up the crowd, and then he says, "Acknowledge him." And he acknowledged Jimmy. And the crowd, and like you could see Jimmy like was visibly like, "What the fuck?" Like me?
He looked around like, what? Who else is
Yeah,
in there?
like this shit was kind of cool.
It
So
was.
they started talking, and Jimmy tells him, "Yo, we need help." And the crowd just starts to yeet. Like they just starts to yeet. And he's like, "No yeet." And Jimmy basically says, "You're a chief with no tribe." He was like, "You have nothing." He was like, "We can't do this alone." And the best part about this was Steven Larson literally threw out this scenario and is playing out exactly how they like how it is. Like they said it out loud, but like I was thinking the same shit. Was like he needs to earn everybody back, and he hates like the way that Jay left, and he hates the Yeet. But when they get back together, he's gonna say Yeet, and everything's gonna be fine. It's coming in the next probably 2 to 3 weeks. No,
I would
probably
say
like 4 weeks. I'll give it four.
that's the most, but it's
Yeah,
happening soon.
yeah, it has to. So then we had Melo versus LA Knight, and this was a okay match. Andrade came down, distracted Melo a little bit, and Melo lost.
Like at a certain point, I feel like this is gonna like it has to be a three-way.
We'll get to that. We'll get to that. So Andrade tells Melo to put the fries in the bag. And then we have a backstage with Jimmy and Cody. And everybody was like, oh, I think he's going to say something bad to Cody. He said, no, you've been holding it down. He was like, you've been doing a good job. And Cody was like, all right. He was like, all right. Like they had a little sign of respect to each other. And I was like, all right.
He could have like acknowledged his brother, but like, thank you for taking care of my brother on the other show. Because remember, they were tag team champions at one point.
Hmm.
Something like that. Like, kind of like steered Jay on his side a little bit by saying something nice.
We'll we'll get to that because something happened and like we get to
Yeah.
that.
No, I remember. Go
So
ahead.
then we have a video package for Jakara Jackson and Last Legend. And Trick was Trick was out there because Trick was just there, quote unquote. We know why he was there because Last Legend was there.
Yes.
So they come out, and all of a sudden Kevin Owens comes out, and Kevin Owens is like, "I'm not supposed to be here," blah blah blah, and he's wearing a Dusty Rhodes T-shirt on Dusty Rhodes' birthday, talking bad about Dusty Rhodes' son. So on the internet, the women wrestling fans and some other wrestling fans were actually upset that Kevin Owens showed up during this tag team match and interrupted it and threw everything off. So to me, I don't like because I'm so used to like shit like this happening. I don't even recognize it until somebody points it out because it's like, yeah, like we've been through this for years. Like this was some Vince McMahon shit, but like then somebody actually pointed out something that was like really like funny. Was like, hey, you know that people are gonna view this segment, but because they're viewing this segment, like the tag teams are in it, so they're viewing this more. I'm like, you know what? That's kind of true, but at the same time, it's like kind of fucked up. But it's kind of true.
I mean, at least the match happened. They could have canceled it because I actually thought they were gonna cancel it.
Yeah, like I did too for a little bit because Cody came out, Kevin was gonna fight him, and then Randy separated them, and Randy is like trying to hold Kevin back. Kevin elbows him, and then Randy just punches the shit out of Kevin. So
Knocked him the
y-
fuck out.
yes, and Randy felt bad about it, and Kevin they had to take him out. They escorted him out. Everybody got separated, and I was actually shocked that that led to something later on because I was like, oh, this is just going to lead to something weeks down the line. When it led to something later on, I was like, oh shit, like this, oh shit.
That was quick.
Yeah, I was like, 'cause I didn't expect that at all. I was like, oh, they're gonna later on it.
Yeah.
So we had Jakar Jackson and Lash Legend versus Bianca and Jade, and Piper and Chelsea Green were out there, and they kind of distracted Lash and Jakara. And after the match, like Jade and Bianca was pissed off. Like you can see they were visibly pissed off. And people are like, oh, they were pissed off for the Kevin thing. No, they were pissed off because of the Chelsea Green and Piper Niven thing that happened during the show. Like,
Yeah.
cause like they fucked them up and they were pissed off. Like, cause they was like, shit, like you interfered in our match. We don't want you anywhere around here. Leave. And they interfered in the match accidentally. Like they got the win, but like they were pissed off that like they had something to do with the win. They were like, yeah, we don't want this. Get away from us.
Dave Ryder had won fair.
Hmm. So then we see Randy telling Cody, get on the bus, get out of here. He's like, I'll make sure that everything is fine. Just get out of here. So then we had Nia and Tiffy, and they're talking, and Nia just grabs Tiffy and puts her in a fucking headlock. She's like, yeah, like you're gonna win a title too. And Tiffy was like, what the fuck? It
She
was,
got scared.
yeah, I got scared for her. So Then Naomi came out and was like, "Yo, you know I beat you, right? So I deserve a title match." So they're going back and forth, and then all of a sudden, here goes Liv Morgan and Raquel Rodriguez and Dominic. So they show up because this is leading to the whole Saudi Arabia thing. So they have the match. The match is going on, and because of Liv, Naomi pins Nia.
Yeah,
So
that's kind of fucked up. Like, Naya's gonna kill her.
yeah, but at least Nia has a challenger now. So
Yeah,
Nia has a challenger, and it's Naomi. They had a pretty okay match. It, it wasn't the greatest. It was okay. And so after the match, Liv and Nia are going at it, and all of a sudden here comes Rhea Ripley. So that was crazy.
yeah, I expected
So
Rhea to show up. So
I mean, it. A lot of people didn't, but it was great. So then we had a backstage thing, and Melo was talking to Nick Aldis, and he's like, "Yo," he's like, "Andrade keeps fucking with me," and Aldis goes, "Listen, y'all are tied 3-3. How about you two have another match, and the winner will get a shot at the U.S. Championship?" So Melo's like, "All right." So all of a sudden, here comes um, what was I gonna call them? Los Ingobernables. That's not their names. Fucking what is his name? Legado del Fantasma. That's it.
I was about to say
Legado del.
LWO.
That was wrong too. So Legado del Fantasma comes up, and Santos says, "Yo, why don't I get a title shot?" And Aldis was like, "Dude, you lost your title shot." He was like, "Well, how about Electra and or the Garzas?" And Nick Aldis goes, "You know what? Next week, if the Garzas beat a tag team of my choosing, they will get a title shot." And so they say, "Who's the tag team?" He said, "You'll find out next week." And like, as soon as he said that, I was like, "Know exactly who the hell it is." And like there was no denying because there was a commercial later on that like
I was,
goes right to it,
I was just gonna
and
ask you, was that segment before or after? But yeah,
it was before. It was before because the commercial. The funny part was like the commercial came on right before another segment that was like directly like the people directly pointed out at it. Was like, yeah, this. It is like, dude, like, come on, like, come on, like, come on, like, there was no holding back there because it was like directly pointing at it. Because the commercial, like, if you slow it down, you see Motor City Machine Guns. So then we had a backstage between the Street Profits and DIY, and they're talking. And Nick Aldis is like telling them to chill out. He was like, the tag team division is getting stacked. There's going to be more people. And Ciampa literally just starts doing the hand thing. He just starts doing the hand thing. He's like, I know exactly who it is. It like, it's like, dude, it's like they're showing up next week.
like you're absolutely right. But I'll laugh if they screw us and it's still not them.
Dude, like after the fucking promo where it like literally said Motor City Machine Guns, if they screw us after that, I'll be like, I'm totally pissed. I'm totally pissed. So Nick Aldis stops because something is happening in the parking lot, and Randy Orton is getting jumped by Kevin Owens. Kevin Owens beat the shit out of Randy Orton, and he's like he fucked Randy up, and that's that's it. So Kevin is a wild man now, beating the shit out of everybody. I actually like it.
I like it too, but like this is a lesson for people. If you're
Hmm.
gonna walk in the fucking parking lot, any show now, because it used to be just NXT, you
Hmm.
need a fucking bodyguard with you.
True. So that was that. Then we got to the main event. The main event was Solo Sikoa versus Jimmy Uso, Big Jim.
That better not be his nickname.
Dude, why don't you like Roman did call him Big Jim, by the way.
He did. He did.
Like that was funny. He called him Big Jim. So they have this match, and Jimmy is like the funny part is Jimmy's actually doing good against Solo. It wasn't
Hmm.
just like a one-sided match. Jimmy loses to Solo, which I really think Jimmy should have beat him,
Me
but
too.
fuck it, Jimmy lost. So after the match, everybody is like going after Jimmy. Here comes Roman, and they fend him off for just a little bit, just a tiny little bit, just a tiny bit. Like this is a little much. They beat him down, and then they lay him out. They lay out Roman and Jimmy. Jimmy and Roman are done. This is done. And Jimmy just says, "We need help. We can't do this alone, man." He was like, "We need help," and he just kept saying, he was like, "We have to do something. We need help." And Roman is just like looking at him like, "I don't want to do it." So, how do you think it's gonna go down? Because I'm tired of Zilla Fatu tweeting eyes under shit that he has nothing to do with. Like, dude, like I know he's not signed with WWE or he's not even coming in. But every time it's like a big bloodline segment, the first thing he does is tweet the eyes under it. And it's like, dude, you're not coming. Like, you'll be there eventually. You're not coming. You're not going to be part of this bloodline scenario right now.
Basically.
Like, like shit. Like, every time this shit happens, I'm like, dude, you're not going to be here. Stop it. But since it has to be 4 on 4, and everybody keeps fucking asking for Sammy, everybody keeps asking for Sammy, which I don't want Sammy in. And it's nothing against Sammy, but like I just feel like it's two on. It'll be two on the nose. Like it'll be like, yeah, no, that's perfect. And the other person that people want is Cody, and it's like Cody's gonna be in a feud. Like, what are you people talking about? He shouldn't be in War Games. He's in a feud.
Yeah, it's definitely not gonna be Cody.
So we know Jimmy is gonna be one. Do you think Roman's side gets a new Samoan, or no? It's just gonna be the three of them and Sam.
I think it's gonna be the three of them and Sammy. However, remember
Hmm.
it's the whole Rock situation though. And just because he said he's not coming doesn't mean he's not coming. So it could be like 5 on 5.
Like I
And
like
and that's
I
when we get
really
to Samoan. Huh?
I really want The Rock to just like don't show up until Royal Rumble.
Yeah.
Like, cause it feels like it'd be like too perfect for him to show up right there. I want him to show up at Royal Rumble, and then he's like revealed to be the leader of the Bloodline, and then we get into WrestleMania season.
Yeah, that makes more sense. Because as of right now, we still don't know where he stands, quote unquote. Well, we do, but it
Hmm.
hasn't been shown on TV.
Yeah. So yeah, like the only thing about this is like I just don't want Sammy in it, and it's like nothing against Sammy. It's just I feel like Sammy has grown more as a solo artist than like to be dragged back into this.
Like you want him to go for like the main title, maybe beat Gunther eventually, or whoever's after Gunther, whatever. That's understandable.
Not even that. It's just like I feel like the Sammy version of the person that was with the bloodline is not the Sammy of right now. Like this
Yeah,
is a completely different Sammy. And I know people will be like, well, what about Jay Uso? Jay Uso's totally different. Yeah, Jay Uso's totally different, but that's his family. That's his bloodline. That's his real
Literally.
bloodline. Yeah, and it's like that makes sense. And I know you're like, well, Sammy's an honorary Uso, but still, Sammy feels like he is his own person. Like he's finally that guy. Like he's just, I'm out of the shadow of being part of a group. I'm my own person. And like to bring him back, even though it'd be like for one off, it'd be like, it, that doesn't like I don't know. It just to me it doesn't work. And Cody's definitely not in it, so people can already start crying about, oh, they're gonna put Cody in it and it's gonna mess everything up. He's not gonna be in it, guys. That's not how this works.
The only way I would 100% put Sammy in it, right?
Hmm.
If Solo gets turned on by his crew and they add another one on their crew that's new, so then you can have the whole OG bloodline versus the new bloodline. That's the
That's
only
what
way
I
I would do it.
yeah, but that's what I really want. Cause like I want Solo to go back to them and like they just like they need him, but like they don't want him because all of the shit he does, and then after it's over, they just like bully him and make him do shit because it's like you broke us up and this is all your fault, so we're gonna fuck you over, but we need you right now, but we're gonna fuck you up after this.
Yeah, like
Like
it's not gonna be a
that,
permanent thing, you know. Like because
yeah,
Jay eventually has to go back to Raw, whatever. And yeah, and same with Sammy if indeed Sammy's in it, you know.
yeah, like this, like everything about this, like it should spin out to like different shit, but like I said, I don't know. Like I know that Sammy's probably gonna wind up in it because unless they signed Zilla, like there's no fourth person.
I mean there
But
is, that, but yeah, like I don't know, Tala.
no, I that and that's a funny situation too because he's supposed to be in NXT and he hasn't shown up anywhere yet, which is like is a weird thing because like you could say that, but he'll just show up next week on NXT and be like, oh shit.
But at the same time,
Hmm.
it could be like the fucking Motor City's Machine Guns like situation where everyone and their mother said they were supposed to be in NXT, and now they're debuting on SmackDown. Like they could change it last minute, whatever the hell happened with this shit. Because 100% they were supposed to be in NXT.
Yeah, and like one of the reasons I found out that they are on SmackDown instead of going to NXT was because of the Lucha Bros. Because of the Lucha Bros situation and Phoenix getting pushed back like a whole fucking year, they can't sign them. So they already had a plan for them to be on the main roster, and instead of that, they put the Motor City Machine Guns in that spot.
Okay.
Because yeah, that was the spot. It was like, yo, we're going to bring Penta and Phoenix in. They're gonna be our guys, and Motor City Machine Gun's gonna have a little run at NXT. And because Penta and Phoenix can come over, they're like, all right, well, we have the Motor City Machine Guns, which are badass. We can use them, and that'll be cool.
I'm okay with either one of them being in fucking WWE, either one of those teams.
Oh, of
Eventually they'll
course.
do
Like,
both, but yeah.
yeah, eventually both of them are gonna be there, but like, yeah, no, I'm perfectly fine with that. Like, I have not one problem with that.
I forget, had these teams faced each other before? I assume more than likely in TNA, but like I don't remember.
Wait, which teams?
Motor City Machine Guns and Lucha Bros.
I'm going to say no. Because if I'm not mistaken, the time that the Lucha Bros were running wild in TNA, that was a time that Alex Shelley had done the NXT role and done other stuff. So I don't think that was it.
Okay,
Like it could have been, but I don't think so.
got you.
So yeah, that. Like it could have been it. Like I said, it could have been a thing. But yeah,
I'm gonna go with no. If you can't remember it, like it definitely didn't happen.
yeah, because I know they had a bunch of banging matches, and like I said, I think like at that time Saban had took a little bit of time off, and Shelly was just like doing indie shit and just like everything except for TNA.
Okay,
So yeah, so yeah, that's the end of the pod.
that's our show.